Where is one there? That's one. Why is my class so light today? Hmm? Is it that you guys didn't tell them? Or they naturally don't like soft skills? Hmm? This has nothing to do with money making. This one has nothing to do with how to make money. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you hear me? I need water. Or should I carry my flask? Okay. No, don't worry. I'll carry it. Thanks. Um. Yeah. Let me see. No, don't worry. Let me check my phone. You have your phone there. Let me say this thing. Is it the right slide? Because it will come up. I don't want them to say. Can I confirm on your phone? Yes. You didn't send it to you? I'm not. The new one, right? Mhm. I just wanted to see where you put the leadership. Okay, on the first. Okay. Okay. All right. Morning, everyone. All right. Happy New Year to you. Um, I'm sure Dirty December is over now. If you're still thinking about Dirty December, you are not ready for this year. This year, you have to do something different from what you did last year. For some of us, it has become a ritual to assess our performance in the previous year and ask ourselves what we want to achieve, how we want to be better this year. You know, nobody's perfect. Even me, right in front of you, I'm not perfect. You'll be surprised at some of my weaknesses. If I begin to tell you, my PA, she knows some of my weaknesses. Like she tells me every time. I call her my accountability partner for a reason. Do you believe that Dangote has an accountability partner? Everybody must have an accountability partner. Someone who is like a barometer to you, who assesses your performance, your attitude, your character. Because every day we are meant to be a better version of ourselves. If you don't consciously measure yourself every day, you are not moving forward. You are not moving forward. Today we'll be talking about something completely different from what you guys are accustomed to. A number of you here, you are fixated on your art skills because you think that the only thing that can help you break through are art skills. With a bit of experience I've had in this market or working, I'm not that experienced, but I still have a bit of experience. So I've been working for what? Over 25 years now. It's not much. And if you're looking for white hair or white beard, it's because I dyed it. Wow. It's called treatment. So my PA is always saying, oh God, why are you wearing white hairs? I said, you won't see them. Because I need to treat them. Yeah. I'm actually 35. You don't believe it? You are doing the numbers. Anyways, I like to look good. You know what they say about the way you dress is how you will be what? Addressed. Very, very important. Art skills are skills that are your primary core that you develop as a technocrat, or they are technical skills. For instance, if a software developer, what's your art skill? Software programming, right? If you are a lawyer, what are your hard skills? Is there quoting sessions? Your art skills are legal services, right? If you're an accountant or a financial controller, your hard skills are what? Reporting, the accounting, and the auditing or the financial statements of any organization. If you're an investment banker like myself, my art skills are money making, raising capital for people, capital restructuring, investing people's money, doubling people's money, not like MMM, but again, you can actually double people's money. So those are art skills, right? And for many years, people believe that once you hone onto those art skills, owning on them, you are okay. That is, I call it the lie of the devil. You need both the combination of the art skills and the soft skills for you, right, to attain your goal in life, attain the heights that you want for yourself. The reason why we're bringing this to you guys is at this stage, a lot of us, we were never exposed to the significance of soft skills. We just focused on the hard skills. In fact, when we were growing up, Our parents will only just tell us then that we'll go and study STEM, right? Science, technology. Yeah. But some of our parents, particularly the religious ones, will tell you in character building, those ones that actually came from a family of moral standing, they will tell us some things that we need to do, not knowing that they were teaching us the soft skills. They did not call them soft skills. For instance, being disciplined or taking responsibility in the house is what? Is part of soft skills. But they never told us that at all. So at the beginning of your career, it is important for us to begin to expose you guys. So at the Bob Africa, what Wendy and myself thought about is we should expose you to soft skills that would help you and guide you to be the best version of yourself. There was a time Wendy and I were very deliberate about we should get the character, a particular character of programmers or IT guys, whether you're a programmer, a product manager, or a product what now, a project manager, a product manager, or even a graphic designer, you must have some level of a threshold of soft skills that when they come asking for people, you should be number one. So everybody checks in terms of certification and they are good at the job. But what else? What is your competitive advantage over the next person? And you'll be surprised that today employers are paying attention to that. You know why employers are paying attention to that now? Can somebody tell me why? One, those with good level of soft skills, they are in deficit. Two, with AI can literally do your job today. I hope you know that. Literally. Jensen Huang, the owner of NVIDIA, said that today they can actually deploy like 1 million software developers through robotics, that they don't even need software developers again. We're not there yet in Nigeria. So what would make you stand out to be what? The soft skills. The soft skills. And we're going to go into those soft skills now. When I was putting this together, I thought about a character that you guys can relate with that would demonstrate or show to you guys what having a soft skill or where that particular skill can take you to in life. A good example or personality of someone that I personally, for a long time, even when the guy has passed on, that I still give so much credit and respect to, is who? Can anybody guess who that person is? There are loads of other people, but one that really comes to home. Steve Jobs. And I'll tell you why. Okay. Can we go to the next slide? So what are soft skills? I wish I could be able to move this thing around my change the slide myself. Don't you move on, please. Don't show my picture. Move on. What are soft skills? Can anybody help me out? Because I want this to be very interactive. That's number one. Number two, get ready. I am going to call you to come and demonstrate one or two soft skills. So I could call on anybody just to show us if you have the ability or even if you have the foundation, then upon that we can build your capacity. Or we can tell you that, oh, you have a good level of soft skills, a particular soft skill, then we can grow or build on top of that. So get ready, we're going to do that. And I won't tell you what part of or what element of the soft skills that we're going to talk about or we'll bring you forward to come and demonstrate. What are soft skills? Can anybody help me out? Soft skills. Do you have any idea what soft skills are? Please do. What's your name? Sorry? Messi. Messi. Messi, as in Mercy. I love that name. Why are you laughing? You know what Messi means? Every morning when we wake up, what is one thing that we ask God for? Mercy. He says mercies are new every morning. So Mercy, tell us.
Okay, so do I have to start? So soft skills are behavioral.
Yep.
I feel like they tie to your mindset, how
Yeah.
you approach people, how you approach tasks, how you approach responsibility.
Fantastic. I love that. They are behavioral. How you approach task, how you approach people. They are interpersonal skills. They are people skills. Some of us, in fact, a lot of you guys, you believe that being a good software developer is working in silos, that just focus on what you're doing and not interact with other people. Am I wrong? And some of you guys believe that, oh, one of the critical skill or feature of being a software programmer is to be introverted, to be an introvert. Am I wrong? I'm correct. Now, you need to begin to change your mind. There must be a paradigm shift from that. Getting to know other people, getting to work with other people in teams. We'll be talking about that. That is where the world is going to right now. If for any reason you believe that, oh, let me just do my own job and pass it on to the next person, you are missing a big deal of being the best version of yourself or being the best version of a software developer. So I've mentioned that soft skills, from what you've said, they are skills, interpersonal skills, people skills, taking on responsibilities, behavioral skills. But the first one we're going to talk about is the one that this guy, Steve Jobs, please take it to the next level. See, people skills, they are non-technical skills. They focus on communicating effectively with others. How many of you guys, I know you will not raise up your hand, if I ask now, you like to do your work alone and not communicate with other people? And you believe that, oh, what makes you the best software developer is I have done my part of the job and you've passed it on to the next person. That makes you the best. How many of you guys behave like that? Okay, I've behaved like that in the past before. If you will not confess, God is in your heart. Anyways, I'm hoping that by the time we leave this place and you start having a think of how you work with others. I'm not saying that from this session, you're just going to turn around immediately. No. The essence of this session now, this conversation, is for you to have a rethink of how to be a better version of yourself. If it is true that what Theo is saying is this particular session and everything you are learning from this session would make you to be one of the best or well sought after software developer, graphic designer, product manager, project manager, back end, front end, whatever it is. And it's not just limited to only to IT guys. Or whatever I'm discussing here on soft skills, it cuts across every sector. Every sector. I've talked about it not just with you guys, even where I work. I don't work with, well, maybe a few IT guys. We are like the investment banking firm. And most of those guys there, they're about what? Making money. But they also need soft skills. Soft skills. You can imagine if you go for an interview, you both of you have the same level of qualification. And they ask one question. One question. The question could be that, can you explain to us what you did when there was a challenge in the organization? What you did when there was a challenge, you were able to demonstrate one. In fact, the way you convey the message shows that truly there was a challenge and you were passionate about it. Do you know that some people shy away from challenges? They don't want to take responsibilities at all. But the people that embrace challenges, risk, they take on responsibility. You don't ask them. Even in your homes, you know. In my home, I know some of my siblings, someone who, anytime there is a problem, is the first person to say, oh, this is what we're going to do. And it's calling everybody around. Somebody in your family as well, when you've not spoken for a long time, the guy will be the one calling everybody that, What's happening now? You guys have not spoken. Or when was the last time you called your mom? What do you think that spirit is? It's called team spirit. Team spirit. It's called taking responsibility. Somebody would certainly step up. For instance, maybe there's a birthday going on or about to come up, and someone is calling everybody to arrange or to make sure that, yes, you have a successful outing for that birthday. That is taking on responsibility. Others will just stay on their own. They don't want to be part of it. Those are signs of what? Relevance of skills. Let's go to the next slide. This guy, why would you think that this guy has, well, maybe because I put him up here, but I think that he has a good level of soft skill. Can anybody just think why I'm putting him up here? And what kind of skill does he have to embody the good level of soft skill? I said this is going to be interactive now. I shouldn't be the one talking. Messi, you want to go again? What's your name? Lukman. Great. I love your shirt. And you have broad chest like my own. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. Don't worry. Women, they love broad chest. You know that. Fasting is not until Saturday. Now. Why you not? Why you not doing that? See, man. What's this man talking about? He said, I don't know what you're talking about. Trust me, they do. I've been married for almost 20 years, so I know. Look, man, you want to help us out?
Yeah, I think for Steve Jobs, he's a very good communicator. Like he can speak to a large crowd and put them into his own idea.
Fantastic. I love that. Communicator. And we're going to go into that. Can anybody else try? There's an overarching skill that this guy has. Underneath that is communication skill. Messi, you want to try?
I think that he's a very great leader because leaders are able to get people to buy into their vision and get them to work together towards achieving it.
Please, you credit her with 50K. You send your account to her. Fantastic. I've not seen you in other sessions though.
That's my first time here.
Your first time here. You're brilliant. What do you do?
I study economics.
Oh, you're done.
No, we're final year. We came from like my friend and I.
Economics.
Yeah.
2-1.
Yeah.
What?
First one.
Please get her over and I see you. Why are you smiling? Madam, you can't be far away from me. I need to give you a job at Commercial Partners. I love brainy people. I'm a sapio. I'm attracted to intelligent people. You are spot on. In fact, and that leads us to the first skill that we're going to talk about. Envisioning leaders. You know, she started out by saying he was a great leader that was able to get people to do what? To achieve a particular goal. So the first skill we're going to talk about is what? Leadership skill. Leadership skill. Do we possess that kind of skill? Leadership skill. How many of us here possess this? Ask yourself. Do you want to talk about it? Is there anybody? Okay, let's start from selling something in your home from your family. There's a particular thing that you guys want the family to achieve, and you were the one that sold it, and you got everybody to achieve it. I would like you to, let's start with that. Look, man.
So I'm the treasurer of my department of economics. So
First class as well. I beg. No. Economics as well.
so
This is my lucky day.
I and my partner defense sector. We have like about 3 events going on per session.
Yeah.
So when we got elected in, we have 3 events that we're supposed to raise funds for, depending on the budget, and we need to, you understand, bring on people who can speak, you understand, risk capital.
Yeah.
So I feel that on my own part, been able to get a team
Yeah.
that we've gotten some significant amount of our capital,
Yeah.
and most of them are happy doing it.
Fantastic.
I think it's because of how we speak to them and how we encourage them.
Fantastic. Let's break it down. So the first thing you did was you guys agreed on achieving a particular goal to raise a certain amount of money. You now got the team together and you sold the idea to the team. At the time, it looked like it was unachievable.
I will not say that.
Oh, then the goal was not set high.
I think it was quite
What?
challenging.
But was it scary?
Yes, because most of
Was it scary?
yes.
It was scary.
I think what it means is that it's still very scary.
It's still very scary.
Because most of the things, like for the, we have about 3 events.
Yeah.
Let me see, the first one is expedition.
Mm.
So that team is separate from the next one.
Yeah.
And most of their morals are not the same. Like most of them don't have the same team.
The same energy and intensity. And you're able to bring everybody together, all right, to buy into that. And you are moving towards achieving it. Guess what Steve Jobs did? Steve Jobs, there was a time he said that 1,000 what? Music will be on one. Just on the iPhone. At the time when he said it, iPod. Did anybody here believe that it was possible? Or when it started out, Apple, right? And then we're having that big, massive mainframe. And he said, oh, we will get to, at this time, this was what, early 70s or early 80s, right? Was it early 80s? And he said that, oh, there will be a time that each household would have a laptop or a desktop in their homes. At this time, IT then was a big, giant machine, mainframe. But he sold the idea to everybody in Apple. I'm sure there were doubters at the time. But guess where we are today? Even when this guy had passed on, people are still believing that, yes, iPhone, if they say they can achieve it, they can make it happen. And that's leadership skills. It's not just about envisioning. It's also about getting people together and what? Empowering them, letting them know that they can achieve it. So the first set of skill that we're going to talk about today is leadership skill. Why am I bringing it up to you guys? You guys know that some of your clients are asking for some unimaginable thing right now. There was a time when Wendy and I were building something, and it was as if the client was asking us that just speak to this to this application and tell the application to do everything. Clients would always ask for a lot more. So at the time when you are conceiving or having ideation, which you guys go through, right? You get your system architects there. You get everybody together in the room. Some of those ideas are unimaginable. You do not even think that you can achieve it. But the moment you envision that, yes, we can achieve this, and you bring everybody together, what kind of skill do you think you're demonstrating? Leadership skill. Everybody is looking for a leader. That's why on Instagram now you see everybody chasing, like 5 million people chasing someone. You ask them, why are they chasing this person? And there are different kinds of leaders. Though. Some people will just be there to just show you their what? Their what? Their vanity. Yeah. Show you their vanity and everything. And some will show you that, oh, if you follow me, like Simon Sinek is one of my role models. And you guys should, you should read and follow him. Guys, they have a lot to offer. And when I listen to them, it has a way of what? Edifying my body, edifying my soul, making me to be a better version of myself. So empowering others, adaptability. Look, man, tell us, adaptability. When you guys started working on this, were there challenges that you guys encountered? Unfavorable conditions. What did you do?
First of all, my partner and I,
Yeah.
we called them because most times you just need to talk to some people.
Yeah.
For them to, you understand? Like,
Yeah.
they need to calm down.
Mm.
So I think the first thing we did was talk to them. Then we started getting, try to be every week once we need the updates you have.
Yeah.
Understanding what to talk about.
Yeah.
So that's how we do it.
So every week there were what? you have periodic meetings and you look at your goal and ask yourself, assess your current position. We are far off from the goal. There are unfavorable conditions that are hindering you from achieving your goals, but you're able to adapt to that. I want these things, I want to bring it to a level where you guys can relate with it. And you are not saying that, Theo, you're just telling us, things that are very vague that you cannot relate to. That's why I'm asking him all these questions. In your world, are there practical examples of you taking on that leadership role and challenges that you've encountered? How did you adapt to that? I'll give you a typical example as well. Now, I've had challenges in the past. There was a time in my firm, Commercial Partners. The plan was, yes, we were going to go embark on a project. And the project seemed so unattainable. We're meant to raise a certain amount of money for a particular project. So we've done our homework, everything. And we started out. Everybody was empowered. Everybody was energized. But in the middle of it, guess what happened? Central Bank came up with a policy. That policy changed everything. Do you know what naturally some people would do? They were bound on that and just leave it. The question is, are you one of those that, yes, at the slightest setback, you jump ship? Have you been in that situation before? So I am saying to you, did you call my name? Yeah.
Yeah, I have a similar case.
Mm-hmm.
So we were contributing money for our last one to go to the UK.
Yeah.
So not knowing unknowingly, so he was addicted to gambling.
Mm.
So he used like almost 15 million for Bet Nigeria.
Yeah.
So at some point, our mom was just crying because we contributed the money, my younger ones and my elder sisters. So my dad he doesn't even know what to do. So I had to call the family meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, it has happened. So we have some loans that we borrowed from people. So we were like, okay, we have some properties on ground. Can we sell some of this property? So on this case, at some point we were trying to, okay, he's still gambling. Are we to cover the loan first or to tackle the person that is gambling? So at some point we don't know what to do at that. So we were like, okay, let us face the loan first. So at some point again, he gambled again with another 10 million. So we had like 25 million on ground. So at that point we had like, our money was like 11 million. So I called my dad and my sister. I was like, okay, Dad, you have some houses we can sell. So let us go and bundle in one where they are going to take care of him, because it has come to a very typical addiction. So because he said he can't control it again, any single naira in his account, he has to gamble with it. So we took him to an hospital
rehabilitation center.
So it was very down on me as the first guy, first male of the family. But I had to control him. Everybody was just crying. I was like, this cannot solve the problem. Let us come together. Okay, I have some property. Let us sell this one. Let us sell this one. We still have some to balance up. So it was very, very, at that point, I cannot sleep. I was just like, okay, this thing. The way was on my head.
Yeah.
Because I'm the person that is even calling my sisters. You don't need to think about it. Just let us just focus. But we thank God that what I'm saying now is about 3 years ago. So, but as at now, the boy now is working with one oil and gas company at Ikoyi now. So, and he's getting married next month. So we were able because we just felt like he's still my younger brother. So we can't. So we just have to. So at that point, it was very rough, very rough. But we thank God.
What's your name again? Remind me.
Akombi.
Akombi. Yeah. We've seen or met twice now, have we? Thank you very much for sharing that. See, let me tell you something, guys. The reason why we're here is for us to learn from each other. Is to learn from each other. What I'm teaching you now is me sharing my experiences with you. What I'm hearing from you is to learn also from him. So please, when there is a gathering like this, do not shy away from expressing yourself or sharing your own experiences, because you will learn from one another. I've learned a vital experience from him now, that never give up on anybody. Never. If they have given up on his brother, the guy probably could commit suicide. And that's it. And he could go into depression, thinking that the only family support system that he has had given up on him. Today, he'll be thankful for what he did. Because I'm not saying that was what happened, but it was clear that his sisters are probably giving up on the guy. That the second time, the guy squandered the money again. And apologies to the women. Women, they'll give up completely. But he took leadership role by calling everybody together. Not only did he call them together, guess what else he did? Huh? Profound solutions. Leaders are always problem solvers. In fact, when you're adapting to changes, because what happened was they had a goal. They were contributing money to achieve the goal. But something changed that gave rise to a setback. Rather than everybody falling apart, he called everybody together. Not only did he call them together, he also provided a solution that, see, this is what we are going to do. Let us sell these properties, gather the money together. How many of us here are problem solvers? When there's a client meeting and the client, most time Nigerian clients especially, they derail from what you have on your BRD. You know that, right? I've been a client that have derailed from what we have here. You programming and everything, and your product or program manager or product manager calls and says that, see, they're having, you guys call it what now? No, I know. When there's a change to the BRD, which is the business requirement document, you call it change what now? Is it change requirement or change? Well, there's a name you guys ascribe to it. Anyways. And that changes the face of the document entirely. The question is, when that happens, do you just begin to scream and say, oh, this client, they've come again, or you provide a solution? Because the clients are always looking for problem solvers. Clients are always looking for problem solvers. In any organization or any group, let's even forget about organization. Your group, in your chat room, because you guys belong to many groups in your chat room. Who are you in that chat room? Are you a problem solver? When there's a problem, or are you the one that will feel the problem? There are some people that are problem identifier. They are the first people that will tell you that this is the list of all the problems. They will never offer a solution. And in the process of doing that, you are creating a reputation for yourself. When people see you as a problem identifier and you never provide a solution, people will know you as a problem identifier and not a solution provider. The question is, where do you want to be? Naturally, energy will gravitate to where there's a positive energy. In fact, when people see you as a problem solver, they'll come to you. They might not come to you in that chat room. They'll come to you at the back, always. My PA is always saying that, Theo, you take on a lot. I said, do you know why? It's because people see me as a problem solver. That's it. The moment that people don't see you as a problem solver, you call them, they don't pick your call. They don't pick your call. You know why? You are a problem identifier, a joy killer. But when they see you as a solution provider, if you call them, they will pick your call because you're adding life. It's as simple as that. That is part of what? Being a leader. So we go to the next one after the leadership skills. Please, I am not going to put everything in your mind or your brain today. I'm only just laying the foundation. When you go home, start researching on all of this. Go on YouTube. research on leadership skills. TO cannot give you everything. No, but I can lay a foundation for you. I can tell you that where I am today is because of the leadership skills that I've demonstrated. My partners and I, they know that TO would always envision. They will now call me. And don't forget, I am not perfect. So if I'm saying that this is where we're going, somebody will be saying that, okay, how do we get there? What are the plans? Execution is very, very important. Most times I'm always thinking 3, 4, 5 years ahead. Like for instance, I'm saying, oh, we are holding it back. They say, Atio, but we don't have the money. They say, we will get the money. That is me. Do we raise the money? How? With the current structure, do we get commercial partners to a level where it owns a bank? But that vision, you can never erase it from my mind. Like, not only do I even envision it, I prophesy into it. I say it. Some of my partners will say, Atio, why are you always saying? I said, because the power of death and life is what? Is in the tongue. And the spirit world controls the physical world. You must learn that. Sometimes when you wake up in the morning, the things you say to yourself, that this is the day the Lord has made, I'll be glad. I'll be what now? I will rejoice and be glad in it. You are saying something positive. A positive energy is already around you. But you wake up in the morning, you are already distraught. You're already in a foul mood. That day cannot be bright now. It cannot be productive. Thank you. It cannot. So you need to learn to command the right energy around you. So too as well, they have their flaws. This guy had his flaws then, right? Because some of the guys they worked with, they played skill in terms of how to get teams. He was very harsh, or rather, he did not have an empathetic skill. What that means is that not all leaders are perfect, but they are still leaders, right? They are still leaders. But he had a skill to gather everybody together. You can imagine when nobody thought that, yes, then we were using disc, right, for music. And you have them in a rack. And people thought that that was the best level technology could get to for music. And he says, okay, don't worry. All these racks will be on one phone. Was it imaginable there? No, it wasn't. The same thing with Musk. When other automobiles are saying that fuel will continue to fuel the car or to power the car, Elon Musk said no. The battery would fuel or power a car. It was unimaginable. But today, battery is actually what? Powering the car. I'm sure some of you have seen what AI is doing now, right? Gone are the days where you would see someone driving a forklift in a big store, offloading some of those big cartons and all of those things. Now you have robots actually doing it. Humanoids doing all of that. Somebody imagined it. A lot is changing in our world. So as leaders, what do we even imagine for ourselves in this country? That's the question. You guys are the future. What are you guys imagining? Or are you scared to even imagine things that other people have never thought about? The second thing we're going to talk about is communication. Why is communication very important? Can anyone tell me why communication is very important? Yeah.
Expressing your ideas clearly will help you to, like, maybe if there's a problem, to help you to solve the problem wisely.
Fantastic.
If you express your ideas clearly, people will get what you're trying to give out
Fantastic.
in terms of information.
Fantastic. What's your name?
Shubham.
Shubomi. How old are you? I'm sorry to ask. Yeah? Wow. When I was your age in Mushin. You're laughing, it's true. I was really tired. And I was playing table soccer. Table soccer is the cover of a bottle. Would be, man. This guy. How come he? No. I put candle wax under it to make it sturdy. I'll name the players. Samuel Oparaji, all of them. Oh, God. Oh, man. I was doing all kinds. So you can imagine at 17, the way you expressed and you responded to this question. Guy, you are destined for great things. If you continue this way, I'm really proud of you. Communication is very essential as a leader or as a soft skill. How many of you here shy away from expressing themselves? Let us even start with that. How many?
100 level to 300.
Yeah, you cannot speak. But it's something that, most people are not born with, communication skills, but you can actually learn it. It's an art. So when you go, I'm sure there's some apps out there saying that they can teach you how to communicate. The question is, do you have those apps on your phone and do you use them? I'm not the best communicator. Every day I still learn how to communicate. People will tell you that communication is a two-way street. That when you communicate, right, you also need to listen to people and get a feedback. Listening is actually part of communicating as well, getting feedback. One day we'll say that feedback is a gift. It is a gift. And I love the way Shubomi put it, that communication, being able to express yourself clearly. Clarity in communication is very essential. So the first level you need to get to, because there is communication and there's listening. Before you get to public speaking, which again is very essential for all of you, because at some point, people are going to call you in your career to public speak. And public speaking doesn't mean that, when you are in front of a large audience, it could just be within a small team. Even within your team, the software development team, are you one of those that would sit at the back and just listen all through? You will not share a word. Or you are one of those who would stand up and express themselves that, dude, or guys, this is where we should go. These are my ideas. And you are actually communicating effectively, clearly, with sound clarity. Let them understand what you are trying to emphasize. And also respecting others' opinion. Do we respect others' opinion? Why do you think responding, or rather respecting others' opinion, is very essential in communication? Why? Shubomi is the only one answering from this group. What's happening, guys? Favor, you want to help? Why do you think respecting others' opinions? Yeah, absolutely. Listening to others' perspective is very, very important. They say that the grass is always greener on the other side, right? But when you cross over, you see that it's not. So basically what we're saying is that feedback and listening to others' opinion and perspective will give you a balanced perspective of everything. So when you're communicating to people, try not to make your voice the loudest or instill that, this is what I've said, because a lot of us, we do that. I'm also guilty of that. I'm guilty of trying to make my opinion prevail on others. I'm guilty of that. So every day I'm working on myself to listen to others, internalize their opinion, share their perceive, put yourself in their world to understand where they're coming from. Because from what I said before, that feedback is a gift. And ensure that your opinions or your mind is not set or cast in stone. Some of us are like that. We don't want to listen to other people at all. Can we go to the next slide? Negotiation. Before we go to communication, I said that I was going to do something. Communication and public speaking. So let's do a role play. We're going to do a role play. A role play for 5-10 minutes. Just to get a sense of our communication skills or public speaking skills before we go to negotiation. Because negotiation as well, we will do a role play. Can somebody come forward and tell us what they plan to achieve in the next 5 years? Clarity. What they plan to achieve, where they see themselves in the next 5 years. I need someone from this group. For those of you who have not spoken, now you can't look at me. Do I have a volunteer or you want me to pick someone? You're laughing. What's your name? Toke. It's different from Toke Makiwa, right? Toke, you want to bell the cat or I should call the guy? Yes. I should call. You know what they say? Ladies first. So I'm not calling the guy. It's okay. Yeah, come here. 5 minutes. No, not even 5 minutes, too long. Yeah, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, then I'll call a guy. So guys over there, be ready. I'm going to call one of you. Stand here. Tell us in 2 minutes what you plan for your life, what you intend to achieve in the next 5 years, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, and how do you intend to achieve this?
Okay.
Wait. I need you guys to observe, and you tell me what she's done right and what she's done wrong. So you pay attention. So you'll be the one to assess her.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Toke, and my goals and my plans for the future. The intention is to become a financial analyst in 5 years, and the steps I'm taking is study other and get some certifications. Also get the experience out, boost my career. Thank you.
That's it.
For now. That's what I intend to.
All right, clap for her. She tried. All right. Over to, no, wait, don't go yet. Over to you guys. 2 people. Tell me what she's done wrong. Let's start with what she's done right. All right. What's your name? Bolaji. All right.
To me, she clearly
My goals.
yeah.
Her goals.
I communicated
Clearly. Okay. That's a good one. Okay, fantastic. Thanks, Bolaji. So our goals, she was able to communicate her goals with clarity from what Shubomi said, right? What did she do wrong? What?
Public speaking is my down.
Public speaking is what?
My down.
Have you done this before?
Not so many times.
Okay, so you've done it before.
Yes.
Good. What did she do wrong? Or okay, Messi.
Okay, I think that I'll start with the fact that you not only told us what your goal is, but you also talked about steps you're taking to achieve your goal. And then I think that one way we were not too clear on steps you were taking. You said study harder, like what are you studying? And then you were like certification for like CFA.
Yeah. Thank you. So wait, thanks, Messi, for bringing that out. So a bit of is it my English professor? Like, is it vagueness or around certification, and what you intend to study, right? But she was clear she needed to study and on actions that or plans that she has to achieve that. But you didn't go into details. That's also very important because Steve Jobs went into details, into design and everything. And that's why they were able to achieve it. So when you're communicating to the audience or to a group of people, you need to break it down sometimes. All right? Okay. That's one other thing. Your body language. When, see, one thing I liked about which I also do a lot is she smiles. You know, when you smile in a group, okay, it opens up the environment. There's no negative energy. It's as if, yes, you can actually interact with her. All right. So I like that. She was smiling and she could also, because of her smile, you know what they say, that smile costs nothing but buys all. It costs nothing, but it buys all. Because of her smile, people in the room can interact with her. They can engage her. They can ask questions. But when you are presenting in a group, just stand like this, or you move around, okay? Don't put your hand. Your posture is also very important when you are communicating or you're doing public speaking. All right, thank you very much. Quickly, should I call a guy or? Eh? Ah, fantastic! I love boost. People that dare to take a risk. What's your name? Temitope. That's my brother's name.
Um, Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, my name is Temitope Olubayo. So, my 5 years plan from now is I see myself being in the C-suite level. That's all becoming a co-founder. So, how do I plan to achieve this? Last year, December, I reached out to someone on LinkedIn for her to be my mentor because I see she is in that path. She was a co-founder and she's also a operations manager. She's in the C-suite level and she's also a very good public speaker. So I messaged her. She reached out to me that welcome to the team. And from then till now, she has been putting me through. So next 5 years, I see myself being a co-founder. I mean, public speaker actually.
It's one thing I like about this guy. And I'm going to small money or invest in your startup. So we send 100K.
I made this.
This is it, huh?
Yeah, I made this.
You made it.
Yes, I did.
I love it. Please chase and collect your money. I'll collect your money as well. You see, one thing I love about him is the fact that he took a risk when it was not comfortable. He took a risk in a zone, not a comfort zone. Because he said that he doesn't like public speaking, right? A lot of us will be like, what would people say if I mess up? That is our concern. Your concern is not keeping your eyes on the ball. Eyes on the ball. Or is it eyes on the ball or eyes on the, yeah. Eyes on the bull, right? Goal. No, eyes on the goal, eyes on the ball. Anyways, but you understand, yeah? So, he came out because he wanted to test himself that I've said to myself that I would like to learn about public speaking. This is an opportunity for me to start out by taking this risk. Do you know that deep inside of him, there were wars going on? Yeah. There's a part of him saying, "Oga, better sit down. You go just go there and disgrace yourself." But the bold part of him, and I love that bold part, and that's the bold part that I'm investing in, says that you should go out there. This is an opportunity for you to demonstrate that, yes, you have what it takes. And you have what it takes.
Thank you, sir.
I'm really proud of you, sir. Nice one. Nice one. See, I'm not even going to ask for any flaws. He's won it all. No. The fact out of their comfort zone. His comfort zone is sitting down there listening to everybody. Some part of him, the weaker part of him, that's the weaker part of him, would have said to him that you go there and mess yourself up. But the bold part of you that will take you far in life, always listen to that bold part of you. So it's, oh, go out there. What's the worst that could happen? Worst that could happen is that they'll say that you didn't do it well. And you take learnings from that. When you don't do something well in life and you get a feedback, that is a learning that you must never miss out. Never miss out on the learnings. The people that will boo you, they will come back in the future to cheer you. The people that will boo you, they'll come back in the future to cheer you. Always, never stay in your comfort zone. Never ever. Always step out of your comfort zone. So we go to negotiation skills. Negotiation skills is very important. In fact, all of us here, we negotiate. Do you know that? Even at home, we do negotiation as well. You and your mom, you and your dad. You tell your dad that you want to do this. And I said, no, you have to do it. You start negotiating. I still negotiate with my son. He loves playing games. I don't understand the guy. I don't tire. I will fight. I will sell everything. Now, you know that if you continue playing games and you are paying for it, you like coding. Why don't you set up a small team? You and your friends. He's communicating and playing games with all his friends all over the world. Bring them together now and develop your own application and let people pay for it. That was me selling an idea. We're negotiating. And the guy said, no, Dad, I just like it. It gives me what now? That's his comfort zone. That he likes to go and chill after a hard day's job. You know, which job, Oga? Which job are you doing? But for me to get him to do what I need to do, I'll say to him, okay, let's negotiate, right? You spend 2 hours, okay, reading your book and studying, and I'll give you 1 hour to go and play with your friends. I said, okay. Otherwise, I'm going to switch off the Wi-Fi. So that's negotiating, right? Exactly. Have you all been in that experience before? I saw many people raising their hands like, yes, we've been there before. In business, at work, you would continue to negotiate. But good leaders, those with soft skills, they will have a good handle of what it takes to negotiate. And in negotiating, what is your goal in negotiating? What is your goal? Because your goal in negotiating is also very important. What's your goal? Huh? Win-win. You're not going anywhere. Win-win is your goal. Or did I put it there? It's like she stole my note. Win-win. Why is win-win the goal in negotiation? Why is win-win the goal in negotiation? Yeah? Okay, you could say that because so that everybody is happy. Good. Everybody lives without feeling exploited because there will always be another opportunity for you guys to come to the table again. Leaving that place in a win-win situation gives the other person, all right, trust that the person can trust you and builds the reputation that you have some sort of, empathy around you. Empathy is about listening to how the other person feels about a certain situation and actually doing what you think would be in their best interest. Doing what you think would be in their best interest. But in negotiation skills, you need to learn all of these things. The first one is understanding the needs. So when you come to the table, you need to understand the other person's needs and be able to communicate clearly. And that's why communication comes before negotiation, because if you don't have communication skills, you will struggle to negotiate because the person right across the table won't be able to understand you. So you must communicate clearly to the person. Then having an open mind. Then patience. Why is patience very important? Why is patience very important? Patience and listening. Why are they very important? Most of us, when we're having conversations with our team or having a conversation with the other person. We are quick. In fact, before the person finishes that, whatever the person is trying to say to you, you're forming an opinion already. You are already in a very defensive mood, which is very wrong. You must learn to have what? Patience. Relax. Have an open mind. Listen to the person. I'm not saying that I'm good at this or I'm the best at it. I'm also learning from all of this. Everything I'm teaching you here, I'm not the best at it. Oh. It's the same way pastors will go and preach. They're not the best at, what they preach. Oh. They are also learning every day. But the good thing about it is that when we teach people, it makes us better at what we're teaching, right? It makes us better at the subject. So whatever I'm saying to you guys here, please don't just keep it under your under wraps. Make sure when you leave here, start having that conversation with people. When you do that, it strengthens your knowledge of what you've been taught, right? And also, the person will see you as a thought leader. You know what a thought leader is? Someone who is an authority in a particular subject. When you leave here, everything talked about soft skills, start with your small group, your friends. When you guys go to have lunch or you're having drinks, start engaging them. You will not forget everything that Theo taught you, but you are also strengthening your knowledge of it. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, maybe we should do this. Another role play. Negotiation skills. This section and this section. I need a seat, please. Another seat, yeah. We need a volunteer from this section. We need a volunteer from this section. Yeah, Lookman, sit. Should we do a woman? Okay, what are you writing now? Fine boy. You've been writing all day. It reminds me of a joke. More paper. So there was this exam I sat for. All right. And in that exam, there was a guy beside me. You know how in exam hall, some of our friends, they'll be asking for more papers. Oh God, I'm seeing it by second page and you're asking for more paper. And the guy was writing more papers. So when we came out, I said, guy, what happened? He said, see, out of 5 questions, he could only afford to write 2. But the second one, he had to write. So for the second question, the guy was just writing and writing. But I said, okay, dude, you know that 5 question, right, is 100 marks. Each question is 20 marks. So the 2 questions that you answered, you cannot get more than 40 marks. You can't get more than 40 marks. So why are you not asking for more people? I said to make him feel good. He was just asking. And he was scaring the rest of us because the rest of us were like, man. So I need someone from Toke, the black Toke. It's because I want to lead you, so that it doesn't look like a men's affair. Otherwise, I would have called you fine boy. What's your name? Huh? Ekene. You've been writing, right? I hope you're writing great stuff. Okay. So role play again. You guys are going to negotiate. We'll be the one to observe. And you tell us what she did right, what he did right, what she did wrong, and what he did wrong. Does anybody have anything you want for them to negotiate? Yeah, a subject now. If they want to negotiate, it must be about a subject. Yeah?
I think we can do it this way.
Yeah, tell me.
We'll take different persona.
Yeah.
I might be like somebody that wants to invest in a business.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you want to invest in a business. Or she told us that our goal is she wants to be a financial analyst in the next 5 years. So will you be negotiating on how to help her achieve that? Or you'll be selling something different to her?
The former.
The former. how she's going to achieve that. Will that be a good negotiation conversation? No. I thought about that. What's in front of me? Why it should be sold for X and why it should be sold for Y. All right. So here's the thing. You are the producer of this. He is the distributor. You give a price. He gives a price. And you guys, in 2 minutes or 3 minutes, negotiate and let's agree on something. Yeah? Agree to a price that both of you can shake hands on. But for each area, you'll be able to sell to him 3-4 points why your price is at that level. 3-4 points why your price is at that level. Can you internalize it? Should I give you a few minutes to internalize it? Let me know when you're ready. I'll give you a minute. You are the producer. That means you are what now? Nestle. You are the distributor. You are Coco and Co. Or Nnamdi and Co. But you want to buy from her. Look at it. Oh. And guys, I need you to observe. Let me know when you're ready. You can smile. Look why he's just looking at me. His mind is already fixated. The way I'm going to shred her. It means business. All right. It's okay. Time. Let's start. Speak up, please.
Mr. Lukman, good afternoon. Sorry, good morning. So I want to increase price from 500 to 600 for certain reasons. So I hope we'll be able to see that after this meeting. Yeah. So first things first, cost of production has increased. You know how the country is and how everything is. So and the reason why we did not hike it that much is because we're also taking into consideration the retailers and also wholesalers. And we want to give you room for you to also add your profits so that you can make something of it. So if you have things, do you have any?
Yes,
Okay, I like to hear your things.
so the increase in this price from 500 to 600 is going to block most of my profits.
How so?
The 100 naira added
Yes.
is going to cost me a lot. Like you said, the economy is bad. There's hike in price of gas, fuel, diesel, and this. So if I spend more money on transportation and everything, if I spend more money on transportation and everything, 100 naira cannot cover it. You understand? So I'll need you to tone down on that 100 naira, maybe from 500 to 550.
The reason I can't keep it on the cost of sales is definitely going to be higher than yours because I am producing, I'm manufacturing, and I also incur more costs aside and also transportation, um, liabilities on transportation and moving my raw materials. So I need it to still, I need it to be at 600 so I can also make profits and keep my business running so that I can produce for you guys to sell. If I'm out of business, you're also out of business. So take that into consideration, please.
Okay, so this is how it's going to be, right? That increment cannot work for me. First of all, you said you're the producer. I'm probably going to be advertising your product for you because I cannot be collecting stuff from you that people will not want to buy. I'll need to come and collect it from you, send it to whoever I'm sending it to, and do my advertisement. You understand? So everything cannot fall under. You understand? So I would like us to, if you are taking that, if you are giving us at 550, I'll be able to sell it at 650. So I think that would be fine for both of us because I'm helping you cover your advertisement cost. And at the same time, you don't even need to bring it to me. I'll come and collect it. Then I'll give you a custom.
Last one.
I hear you on the cost of advertisement, but what I like, it sells itself. regardless of if it's bad or good. People drink tap water. So it sells itself. Advert is not our what's that word? I'm trying to put it in a better way. Advertisements and transportation are majorly the point you make. That's why you want me to reduce it. What if I take part of that burden off you? Taking your store or a particular store, not all of it. Like I said, I'll take part of the burden, not all of it. So from your main store and distribute to your other stores.
You said water is life, but there's something you fail to realize that I can go to Aquafina, I can go to it, I can go to whenever I want. I find interest in your product. That's why I'm to you. You don't bring anything to me. I'm busy. I'll come and collect it. I'll give it out to whoever I feel needs it. Of course, you're right. Water is life. At the same time, your water isn't the very important one of this place. Exactly. So I think it's 550 to be fine.
You have a decision to make now. Okay.
Because Uncle is not bothering at all.
Otherwise, we're going to sleep here. So you have a decision to make now.
Okay. Let's come to an agreement. How about I take 20% off my asking price? So out of that 100 naira, I remove 20%. That's 20
So
naira.
yeah, 580.
Yes, instead of 600.
I think. Hold on. I think you need to realize the impact of my distribution on your product selling. Can I form a matrix?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I have like about 2 million customers. So I think you need me more than I need you in this case. I think 580 is too much. Okay, let's make it 560.
So,
Put me in the middle.
all right. Thank you. Please clap for that. No, don't go yet. I'll sit down. We're not done yet. Well, let me say I'm proud of both of you. Clap for yourself again. Because first off, okay, let me allow you guys to talk before I now say what I think and give my own feedback. All right, you want to go first? So, what's your name? Ijoma.
Okay, so for me, I was
Okay.
okay, you were not convincing enough. And you were not able to deliver a value proposition. I went off when you said, if I'm out of business, you're out of business. No, because you have other competitors. And I'm glad you mentioned, oh, I have Aquafina, I have this and that. I was waiting for you to say something that differentiates your product or your service from your competitors. If you were able to do that, and that's what I mean by value proposition, I'm sure you would have been able to convince him or get him to like, or maybe you guys will meet somewhere and it will now be a win-win situation.
Thank you. That's a good. Thank you, Ijoma. Anybody else? Feedback? What's your name?
Victor.
Victor.
Yes. So, and another thing I've noticed, when she was selling her product, she didn't sell the product well.
Okay.
She just gave a brief description because, for instance, now she made mention of Aquafina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not your turn. You've done your own. No, it's not your turn. Hey, it's not your turn. It's feedback. Feedback. Yeah, it's feedback. No. Feedback.
Okay. Your distributor. You only made mention of high price. You were supposed to give him detailed reason on what things that hike that made your price to go up. Like things like intricate things like designs, the shape of a bottle, or maybe the type of water you use. If you fetch the water from source or wherever you get your products from. That's one of the mistakes you made.
Thank you. That's a feedback. That's a great feedback. Yeah.
So, another thing I want to add is like our mothers now, when they get to max, I want to buy yam.
Yeah.
They will call it 5,000. They will be going to 500. You understand? So they'll be like, you see, most of these malam, they will be like, this yam is big, it's big, my oga. So they are trying to convince the buyer that okay, let us work with this particular price. But on the long run, our mothers know how to win them. So on our own case now, she's not, because there is a particular bottle water that they changed the design in our area. So they increased the price. We were like, kilometer toffee. But it was very obvious that there
was because of the change in the bottle.
Change the bottle.
Victor said
You can see the volume.
You can see the value high.
Exactly. So we decided, okay. Anyway, what's it of the production? So we had to adapt to that. So
fantastic. Thank you very much, Akoli. Two more people. Okay. What's your name?
Hi, Ebube.
Ebube.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So, first of all, I would say I actually don't agree with what you're saying. In the sense that this is not a she's not trying to sell products. You to get to 500, which means they're already an existing partnership.
Yeah.
You get it is an increase in price, and like she mentioned, many factors the reason why. I feel like they should have, or he should have been lenient in meeting in the middle. The fact that for you to be selling her product to begin with, he saw something in it. Yeah. He saw a value in what she was selling, in what she was offering. So they should have, as existing partners, they should have been able to come to a middle ground.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Oh yeah, one last person. Nobody from this to support. Okay. All right, Mercy.
Okay, so I think that if I were in our shoes, I would take, I think I call it the, is it foot in the door?
Yeah.
So you already know the price below which you cannot go, which is 600. 680, 580. Okay, so like, so I think the idea is to hike it so high, so you'll be like, what's this? You'll be like, what's this? And then I think even these market sellers, these people by the roadside, when they sell stuff, they'll hike it so high, and then it'll be like something from 6K. Somebody's telling the price is down to like 1.5. So if you like, I think something you could have done is like maybe put a very high price to it, and then have a threshold below which you cannot go. And when the negotiation is going on, it's a reach.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Everybody clap for yourself. No, you're not saying anything. All right, you can go back to your seat. Thank you so much. You tried. So, guys, it was clear that they could not come to an agreement. And that wasn't that was a bad ending for this negotiation. Don't forget, what was the goal that we said? Win-win. This was like a win-lose, win-lose. A lose-lose. So the learning to me from all of this, and I'm happy that there were different, opinions, feedback, and everything. And also there were different strategies. You mentioned strategies of you could have come to the negotiation table with a high bar, such that when you come, down to a threshold, you leave feeling that, oh yes, I've won. She would also leave feeling that, oh, I've won. Because the goal is for both of them to leave that conversation feeling my interest is protected, I've won. But they could not agree to anything. Look what, you moved up in terms of, and I love your strategy though. She just stood, like, this is my price, whether you like it or not. Shift. that this man is thinking about on his mind is us, beyond and above other competitors. On top of that, I'll drop X. So for me, it's important for us when you come to negotiation, always have your aces with you, something that will make that person feel good. You could call it the sweetener. You must have your pocket, call it the sweetener, and also listen. I observe that you guys tried. Your listening skills, I'll give it a 6 or 7 over 10. Lookman was trying to interrupt at some point instead of listening to her to seek clarity. He was seeking clarity. Break this cost down. Let me understand where this is coming from. So when you are negotiating, you need to ask questions. But when you're asking that question, don't ask when the person is speaking. Note it down. When the person is done, said, oh, please, can I speak now? Yes, you can speak. I observe this, please. I need more clarity on this. You are seeking those clarity for you to have a better understanding of the person and where the person is coming from. When you leave here, please, and learn more about negotiation skills. It's going to help you a lot in life. You lose money, you make money from having a good negotiation skills. In fact, at interviews, I've sat down with some of my interviewees, and by the time she was done, I called HR. Madam, we said we are going to do this, but you know what? This person is not living here. Move her up by 150 or by 200. It happened to me 2 weeks ago. She was the product manager. Our limit was X. And HR told me, my partner said, no, Tosin, this is our limit. But by the time she sold to me, I was convinced that this baby is not going anywhere. Not only that, she even did after sales service. Guess what was after sales service? All the things, issues that I mentioned on the table, she sent a PowerPoint of how we can resolve it. She sent it to me after that. So while HR was still negotiating and consulting with me that, no, there is no justification for that, I said, see what she said. So she did not finish this negotiation there. So that means that you could not afford to finish that negotiation there. You sent some stuff to him to reinforce his thought. For any reason, if he had gone back home thinking that, oh, I'm still not convinced, and he's feeling somehow, some doubt, you send after sales or after negotiation, stuff back to him. Yeah. What's your name? Ayola. Okay.
What I want to add in negotiation is two things. Always have the best interest of the other person you're negotiating.
Fantastic. I love
always
that.
Have their best interest at heart, and you should understand your short-term benefit and also your long-term benefit.
Absolutely.
Why I said this is because I run a marine logistics company.
Yeah.
So I work with a lot of vessel owners. And when I'm moving a couple of containers,
yeah,
when I'm negotiating with them, for instance, Maersk Line gives me, let's say, 180,000 per container, and I'm moving like 40 containers per week. The vessel owner might tell me, oh, I will bunker their vessel. What I mean by bunker, I will load their vessel with product and the rest. So they will be charging me, let's say, 2 million per trip.
Yeah.
So I understand I'm moving 40 containers in a week, and the vessel will move the whole 40.
Yeah.
So having their best interest at heart, I already have a marine logistics, a marine insurance, and a gate insurance to cover any damages that happens to their vessel. So now they are safe because I have their best interest at heart.
Yeah.
So now my short-term, that's like a long-term
benefit. So you're ready to make a short-term sacrifice for that.
So the insurance is for a year.
Yeah.
And now I'm making an extra money a week.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
So that's what I want to add. Always
Fantastic.
have
Fantastic. I love that. I love that. These are practical experiences. See, everything that we are discussing here, guys, please, don't think that it is not relevant. And I'm happy. People didn't tell me, my guys didn't tell me that in this room, and I'm sorry, I assume that everybody is IT and tech. I love the fact that we have a combination of tech and other professionals here. We've seen those who are looking to become financial analysts. We've seen our marine guru that they are paying him in dollars, I'm sure. This is what I say in naira. We know they pay them in dollars. Yeah? And we see these lovely two guys that will soon be commercial partners staff. A commercial partner is not an IT company, but they'll certainly join us by God's grace. And we see guys who want to be what? Set up their own business. They want to be co-founder like myself. So let's give ourselves a round of applause. I'm really happy about it. And that speaks to the fact that soft skills, it is not only located or limited or regionalized to IT guys. It cuts across every area. And you've seen the significance and the benefits of the small role play that we did now. It brought it home, didn't it? Straight home. Living here. And that's one thing I love about, having a visual presentation, not just still speaking. When you go home now, you remember the two of them, Lukman and Toke, telling us or negotiating between themselves. In fact, some of the things that they negotiated or they talked about, you're probably not even able to, drill it or internalize it a lot more until when you get home. You will say to yourself, Toke could have said this again. Or Lukman should have said this again. Everything doesn't stop here. And that's the beauty about role play. Adaptability quickly, because I know I'm running out of time. In life, they will tell you, and this thing is very, very important. In fact, it's happening in football right now. For those of you who are football fans, everybody's looking for players that are adaptable to systems. Manchester City started this. That's why you see the three guys at the back. You see Ake, you see what's the other Nigerian guy? Akonji. I don't know why Akonji is Swiss. Akonji is Yoruba. He's from Ibadan. And Walker. These are ball playing guys. Sorry for the ladies who do not understand that. Why are they ball playing guys? Gone are the days where you have your back three or your back four. Anything. So, the days of God bless you. Or days of, I'm trying to remember the Nigerian guy. We call the guy 1010. You guys were still babies there. The days of Green Eagles. Yeah, because the guy he comes for your knee. As in, when he sees you, he's a right fullback. He clears you. No ball playing sense at all. Because what they told him to do is anything that comes along this area, just clear it. But football is not about that again. As a defender, you don't just clear. As a defender, you need to learn to maneuver. You ball play, you move around, issues. You cut lines, bringing it to the real world. Some of us are fixed, cast strictly on what we've been told to do. If there's any shift or any change at all to that, guess what happened? We fall like a pack of cards. We are disturbed, we are disrupted, we don't even know what to do again. In life, you must learn that if any setback or challenge comes through, you must have a plan to redesign whatever it is you are doing at that moment. How do you do that? He said, Theo, but how do I do that? Let's draw or bring that home. For instance, in your world, like, okay, now, because you have not only technical guys here, I'm thinking of how I can make it like more global. Let's say, for instance, you have a plan or a project, okay? And you've earmarked 10 million naira for that project. And your cost of getting that project done is 10 naira. But for some reason, the raw materials or the materials that you need in achieving or the cost of production shoot above that 10 million. Do you know that to some people, they feel that, oh, that's the end of it. They'll just pack on that project. But if you can adapt to the condition, guess what you're going to do? First of all, you need to ask yourself that what more value can I add to what the project I am doing, such that if I increase my revenue, nobody will complain. And exactly that speaks to what she did. Okay, what can we do? If, for instance, as a developer, your client had said that, oh, 20 million is what we are paying. And because you've done your numbers with your software developers and everything, you know that it's going to land you 18 million. So you are making a 2 million spread from it. But for some reason, your client extends the project beyond maybe 3 months. Whatever it is you're doing. And there's a setback, because there's a setback. A setback is a client extending your job. A setback is maybe at your job or your school, professor extends, I don't know, your deadline, or they cut your deadline short. That's a setback. How are you able to adapt to that? Do you walk away from it, or you rethink of which other way can I make this possible as on track? Adaptability skills is very broad. It is not just limited only to, but it is, the underlying is a setback. If there's a setback, what do you do? That's number one. Number two, it could be that in the cost of you achieving or trying to achieve what you want to achieve, your goal, if you redesign it in a manner that would afford you more value, what do you think would happen? You command a lot more. So when you are praising whatever goal you want for yourself, do you, during the course of the goal, think that, oh, am I still going to be relevant, or should I do something more? Back in the days, a lot of people wanted to be accountants. A lot of people, in fact, before CFA came on board, most people wanted to be accountant. They wanted to be a chartered accountant. I also wanted to be a chartered accountant until CFA came up. The same thing in your world now. In fact, that's a big that's a big example. You guys wanted to do what? Project management, right? You wanted to do what? You wanted to do Microsoft certification, all of those things. Guess what is relevant in today's world? Your knowledge of AI agents, the agentic tools. That is what will make you relevant. So that's you adapting. So if you think that all that you need to do is to just code without having a bigger understanding of AI tool and the agentic tools, or AI agentic tools, then you'll be left behind. So you being relevant every time depends on your adaptability skills at every particular point in time. Can we go to the next slide? Conflict resolution. Quickly. You know, we did a bit of conflict resolution during this role play. Your ability to resolve conflict will make you a problem solver. Do we stay calm? Do we empathize with the other person when we're resolving conflict? Do we? Is that relevant? How? What is your goal when you're resolving conflict? Finding a common ground. Finding a common ground. Finding a common ground. But in resolving conflict, see, you must never away from having the big conversation, the hard conversation. Never. A lot of us, even me, sometimes I shy away from having hard conversation. You know what that does? When you don't have hard conversation with whoever, you are bottling it up and it affects your behavior towards that person. So one of the soft skills for you when you grow in life or in your professional career is the ability to have hard conversation, such that when you leave that conversation, your mind is already at peace. The worst thing you can do to yourself is to continue to bottle up any angst or frustration that you have towards someone. When you bottle it up rather than having a conflict resolution, you must have a mechanism in place where, see, conflict resolution is not only when there's a problem. When someone does something to you and you feel that it has conflicted you in any way, you do not bottle it and leave it. No, you must make time out to have conflict. To resolve it with that person. Very important. Yeah. Some people what? Yeah. And that's why I said, yeah, what? Stay calm. Focus on the issue, not the person. Yes, you are right. Some people are very emotional. Emotional, right? So if they're emotional and you are the one seeking for a resolution, what you need to do is to look for the best time to have that conversation with the person. Timing is also very important. If you know that that person is not in a good spirit to have that conversation, don't approach that person there. Look for the best time to approach the person. It could be when the person is having lunch or when the person is in a good mood. It could be early in the morning, or you could even invite the person out for lunch or dinner. Yeah. Let's go to the next slide. Building reputation. Reputation, what do we mean by reputation? Branding, okay. What else? Do you know that some people they have reputation for being reliable? They are your go-to guy. Some people have reputation for getting the work done, as in before you say Jack Robinson like this, they've done it. Some people have reputation for taking risk. Some people have reputation for shying away from risk. So you have two sides to every reputation, the good side and the bad side. Some people have reputation for working hard. In your team, you'll see those people that, yes, they will get it done. In fact, they are at the borderline of doing their own job and doing it for others, which is not good because you need to carry everybody along. If you observe anybody not doing what they are meant to do in the team, some people would just go ahead and do it for everybody in the team just because they want to get the job done. But your ability to get everybody together is a lot more essential than just you getting the job done. So the question is, what kind of reputation do you want to start building for yourself now? And this thing, you have to build it gradually every day. You must have a behavior or a system or a set of rituals that makes you, okay, to be a reputation builder, the right reputation, a set of behavior, a set of behavior that makes you what? A reputation builder. When you live here, you need to ask yourself, what kind of reputation do I want to build? What should I be known for? It's more of like your identity. Should you be known for the guy that talks and, does the talk and know, yeah. And they say that talk is cheap, right? Exactly. But are you the kind of guy that walks the talk? You need to ask yourself, that is your reputation. I have my own reputation, I know. And my friends, they know my reputation. I have the good one, I have the bad one. But the bad one, I'm trying to bring it down. The bad one, I must confess, and my PA can attest to it. Not most time, I'm getting better. Sometimes I'm late to meetings. So what do? Rather than taking on everybody's responsibility, I learn to say no so that I can prioritize and make time out. Because when you take on every job or every demand for your time, you will not be best at every available, meetings. No, you can't be your best. Some of them will conflict in terms of timing. So you need to learn to say no and prioritize and say, okay, these ones are important and urgent. These ones are not so urgent, but they are important. So you put those ones at the back burner. The ones that are important and urgent, you deal with them and you get to the meetings early. If you're on time, you are late. You need to learn to be 1 or 2 minutes, before time. But because when you're on time, you are late. So their reputation is also very important. Next slide, please. I think that's the last one. Team building. This is the last one. This is the overarching of everything. You cannot get to the top in any of your career if you are not a good team player. I was having an interview with a guy, and I said to him, and I've had that interview so many times with some of my interviewees. You are the striker of a team. And apologies to the ladies, but think about it. You can rationalize this. You are the striker of a team. You are the top scorer in that team. There's a midfielder that's about to score. The guy gets to the front, to the front of the goal. You are the guy. You are the striker. The guy is a midfielder, right? The guy has not scored any goal in that season. The guy gets to the top of the goalpost. If you are the midfielder, sorry, the other way around. The ball is with you. The midfielder is right beside you. You are the top scorer. You are the top striker. The ball is right on your feet. What would you do? Both of you have equal chances. Both of you have equal chances. The midfielder's role is to pass ball to you, right? As dictated by what? The coach. But the guy has never scored before. You, top striker, top scorer as well. You got to the front of the goal. You have equal chances. He can score, you can score. In fact, there is no keeper. Like the keeper is nowhere to be found. What would you do as a top striker? You have the ball. Yeah? Yeah. So what you just said now, guys, one class. I know you guys. What you just said now, one class. I said equal chances. That means you can score. The guy can score. So taking the keeper out of it is just to give you clarity of how good those chances are. So you could as well say that the keeper is there. But let me say the keeper is not there. You are the top scorer, right? You've scored maybe 10 goals that season. The midfielder guy, who is meant to be a support system to you, right, has equal chance as well. But he has not scored any goal that season. When you raise your hand if you want to answer, and you tell me why.
ask him to score.
Why?
Because he's going to feel motivated. So because he will feel like, okay, if there's another chance, perhaps he had a chance to score 50-50 chance, he might pass to me, but if I not pass, but he's going to feel good and feel motivated to work with the striker.
Thank you. Yeah.
As person said, when you gave the theory, I thought there was going to be I thought there was going to be a keeper.
Even with the keeper, I said they have equal chance.
Different answer for me.
Yeah.
If there's a keeper there, we have the same probability of scoring.
Yeah.
I will take the shot.
Okay.
Because I think I'm going to score. I'll score most of the time.
Yeah.
If there's no keeper,
Yeah.
that's when I can give him the ball.
So you give him the ball to score.
Yeah, I'll ask you to encourage him. Just like he was a I know what you mean. It's like a match. I think he hasn't scored for about 10 games or so.
Yeah.
So in order to boost his confidence, to encourage him that yes, this season you can still score for us and give answer the money.
What would you do? What would you do? I mean,
I will score.
you will score. Yeah, Messi.
I think I would
One class, please.
I would pass the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it very like, of course, it's called encouraging the person, but then it will also make me feel good, especially when it scores, because at the back of my head, I'm thinking that I'm the reason you scored that goal. I'm grateful to you.
Ah, all the guys that I interviewed, they all failed because all of them. Huh? Yeah, say it now.
No, I said we have a KPI.
Yeah.
KPI is the way we did. So if I know that there are different scenarios,
Yeah.
if that's the deciding game
Yeah.
to win the league,
Yeah.
I will shoot my shot. If I know that we are still good, if you maybe you are 3 goals, we are already 3 goals to you. I will just give it to you. Think of it, when you win it, you score enough score. If that's the deciding match, I don't spare it. The KPI is
And which was, listen, guys, that was why it took me a bit of time to explain to you. I said they had equal chances, and I knew that just saying equal chances with a keeper in front, some of you would think, man, the guy might miss it, in spite of saying that equal chances, right? Because even the striker too might miss it. I said, okay, let's move out the keeper, right? And they both have equal chances. All the guys I interviewed, they failed. And for some of them, that was the reason why I could not take them as a team player. You are spot on, Akobe. You must pass the ball to the guy. You know why? Football is an emotional game. It's an emotional game. The same way you guys, whether you are working in a tech team or you are working in finance or you're working anywhere, you will be in a team where everybody is emotional and they all have targets and they have things that motivate them. You passing to the guy would motivate the guy. You know why? The guy is your life support. I'm just saying, maybe some of you don't watch football. There are strikers that midfielders don't pass to. They will render you useless. The guy will not be. See, you just be in front of the 80-yard box and balls will not go to. But the moment you pass to the guy, you have 10 goals already. You pass to the guy. You see when those guys score, you can see the excitement inside of them. That is you. You have made the guy shine. In your place of work, there are people that, yes, the small favor you do to them will make them shine, and the boss will recognize them. That favor will go a long way. And the guy will see you as a team member. The guy will pay you back in the future. You think that if you do not pass the ball to the guy and you score, this guy will pass the ball to you? The guy will say, okay, no, wala. Say, next time now, I'll be waiting. So it's important for us, even in my own workplace as well, we try to encourage. See, we mouth team spirit a lot. You ask someone in an interview, at an interview, oh, are you a good team? I said, I'm a good team member. Just give them a test of it. A test of a sacrifice for you, for someone else to shine. If you have the ability to put down your own ego for someone else to shine, then you're a good team spirit. I mean, you're a good team player. You have a good team spirit in you. And that's what me, I always look out for. You already have 10 goals. Okay, what more do you want now? They are not 10 goals and you did not even achieve it by yourself. Some of you guys, your input is someone else's output. The guy that gave you the output in the first place, you're not even celebrating the guy or giving the guy an opportunity to shine. You just feel that once you have the input, your own input and his own output already, and you make the goal, oh, you should be celebrated. No, you don't work like that in teams. In teams, you must recognize everybody's potential. The guy, the top striker, couldn't have achieved that if the midfielders were not passing to him. In fact, if the guys at the back were not doing their job, balls will not come to him now. See where Man U is now. I'm a Man U fan. I'm sorry to bring it up. See where this guy is. Sometimes he just rendered useless. Yeah. Holland, see now, useless. It's because balls are not coming to him now. They are cutting off the supply. The same thing with Man City as well. So when you take out De Bruyne and you take out, what's his name? Foden. This guy is useless. So you must recognize that you cannot work in silos. You cannot work in isolation as a team member. When you're working in a team, recognize the potentials of everybody. And remember that it is an emotional congregation. Very important. That's on a final note for me. Yeah, look, man. Yeah. So should we just go into Q&A? Yeah. All right. Questions now. Go ahead.
It's
Concerning the football scenario. All right, go ahead.
So if we have a case where there is a goalkeeper in the post and there's like equal chance between you and the midfielder to take the shot.
Yeah.
You understand? Will you take it?
No, I'll still pass to the guy.
Can I? Okay.
You want to know why?
Yeah.
You still give him the opportunity for him to score or to miss it. If he misses it, he will take a lesson from it for life because he was given a golden opportunity. And he will see you as someone who truly loves him for him to shine. Do you know why anytime any one of those guys scores, what is the first thing they do? No.
They'll point at the person.
God bless you. Before they go ahead to celebrate, they are pointing at that guy. Assist. They are pointing at that guy.
So what do we think about it this way?
Yeah.
Since we have equal chances also,
Yeah.
which probably is not going to be high if there's goalkeeper. I will feel that I should take the shot as a striker. Reason being that if there's any backlash, like if I don't score, nobody will blame me as much because they know that I'm competent, like I score a lot and everything. So there's probably something that happened. And if it's the one that did not score, they would be saying, football, we're dealing with a lot of fans. After each interview now, they'll just start bringing up, this is why you don't have goals throughout the season, blah, 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 blah. Do you understand?
So you also need to listen to the context I gave you. The context I gave you was that you have 10 goals.
That's why I said I'm competent.
So 10 goals, right? That's number one. Number two, even if they blame you for not scoring, right? Your response would be that you are a good team player. That you think that we have equal chances. In fact, when you leave that conversation and say that because you're a good team player, he has not scored in there, and I think that he has an opportunity to score and to boost his morale for me to have more opportunity to score. Once you boost his morale, that guy, because his name will be on the headline, right? Yeah. So in the office, everybody will be celebrating him. I'm bringing him to the office now. Yeah. But you are the one that made that happen. The guy will never forget you rather. He would always be looking out for you. In your camp, you must look out for people that you're ready to allow small sacrifice, make them shine. You know, he was talking about, what's it called? Everybody, right? Yeah? He was talking about, the short-term benefit and the long-term benefit. Short-term benefit and long-term benefit. Your short-term benefit there was you to pass. To score. That's your short-term benefit.
I think I was looking at it.
I am telling you how to look at it. Because of my experience in the world, I'm telling you how to look at it. You must learn And I've given you context. You've been the high flyer in the organization. You've been shining. If there's an opportunity for someone else to shine, make sure you leverage that opportunity for that person. Do you understand? You need more people in your corner in an organization than against you. They will be your soldiers fighting for you. The guy will never forget. I said the guy has never scored in that season. And you've scored 10. Ah, dude, what more do you want now? I'm just telling you. Yeah. So even if there's a keeper in front of the goal, still pass the ball to the guy. Let him make the mistake. If he makes the mistake, they don't sleep when they make mistake. Hope you know. Yeah. He will make the mistake, but he would always remember that you did him what? A favor. Any other question? All right.
I get given a team member opportunity, but what if in the case of this particular team member has a negative track record? Would you still be a team player?
That's a good one. So your goal is not about should I use the word? Your goal is not to think of the person messing up. Your goal is to guide the person to achieve a goal. So the opportunity you are going to give that person, especially when the person has messed up, you will not limit it to only giving it the person, but your leadership skills now come into play to ensure that that person achieves that goal. Do you understand? So over the years, the person has been given opportunities and he's messed it up, right? So you have the opportunity to give him, or you have what now? It's in your hands to give that person the same level of opportunity again. So you're asking if you should give up on the person or continue to give him that opportunity. And I'm saying that don't give up on the person. Give him that opportunity and ensure that he achieves the goal. Are there things limiting the guy from achieving the goal? So this is you taking on the role of like a team leader. I have people in my, and don't get me wrong, oh, I've been in your situation before where I have a very small, short, I'm short fused, right? Short fused sometimes, and my PA would tell me that, okay, relax. And I've seen how people have transformed over the years because you gave them one more opportunity, and that was it. So my goal then is one, to assess what the problem is. Are there problems that are within my circle of influence that I can help the person achieve the, the objective? Because the goal is not just to pass it on to him and leave him as is. No, your goal is to ensure that yes, this guy delivers on it. That's your goal. But are there extreme cases that after doing all of that, yes, if after doing all of that, you ask yourself, you cannot continue wasting resources. You have to pivot and change the course. But it will be on record that you've done that. And not only with him, everybody around you, that you are in the habit of giving other people opportunity. In fact, that's even the overarching goal, giving other people an opportunity for them to excel on the team. So it's not just about one person. It could be, it should be about others as well. So if you continue giving this person and it messes up again, if it's outside of your control, give it to other people. It doesn't have to be that person. Do you understand? So what I'm preaching here is not just about one person. It's about every other member in that team, and you being seen to be doing that. In fact, the moment you do that, it becomes a culture in the team. What you're trying to establish is a culture in the team, not just about you. Because if you do it, others will see it and they will now begin to do it. The culture in an organization, for those people, that's why they will tell you that in every organization, and it's not on the financial statement or on the balance sheet of the organization, it's the quality of the people there and the culture of the people. If the people have the mentality or we work as a team, why do you think, still talking about football, forgive me, Brighton, they don't have superstars, but they play as a team. They don't have superstars, but they play as a team. Manchester United, so much superstar, but they don't play as a team. They watch each other's back. That's you playing as a team. That's you playing as a team. But once one person is egocentric and is just thinking about himself, which is what happened in the situation of these two people, the person that scores, knowing that we have equal opportunity, and he goes ahead to score, is because he was egocentric, or he is egocentric. He's thinking about, oh, that's going to be my 11th goal, and I'll be celebrated, and I'll be on headlines. Not thinking about, this guy hasn't scored at all. Let me give this guy an opportunity to shine. In our team, do we have that culture of giving every other person an opportunity to shine? Not just one person. If that person continues to mess up, you give other people. And when you pass that round in the same environment, people would see it in you. And they will begin to cultivate the same culture. Those are the teams that are going places. Oh yeah, I'll pick the two. Messi, you go first. All right, no wala. Black okay.
So, following what she said,
Yeah,
as a team leader
yeah,
or a team lead, actually, if you decide, or let me say, you decide to give the person with the bad reputation one more chance,
yeah.
and unfortunately, the person drops the ball during a negotiation with the client.
Yeah,
As a team lead,
yeah.
how do you adapt in that situation?
Fantastic. That's a good question. First of all, if that person drops the ball, don't scold that person in front of the client, right? Never do that. You call the person to the side. First, you need to get to understand what is truly happening. If the person is in the habit of messing up, right? You see, there are practical ways and there are real life. There are theoretical ways. The theoretical ways, they will tell you that, okay, put the person in a program and teach the person, blah, blah, blah. Which could be practical as well, right? But depending on, and I'm putting it in context now, if that assignment is time sensitive, you might need to get someone else to do it and tell the person to go and understudy that person. All right? There are some people that you cannot save, unfortunately. No matter how much, you bring all the self-coaching books and everything, principles, everything, they cannot be saved. But it will be seen that, oh, you have done your best in giving the person an opportunity. But don't just let the person go by like that. You must give some sort of, program to better the person and ensuring that it doesn't mess up again, right? When that is exhausted, you've done your bit. Yeah, you've done your bit. Real life, because I've experienced people like that before, that they've messed up. You give them an opportunity, you give them a program to understudy, you coach them and everything, they'll still mess up. You can't save them.
Okay. I would like to start first by thank you for this wonderful session.
You're welcome.
Learned a lot.
Yeah.
And you look tired. Thank you.
I'm
Thank
not
you
eating.
very much. Okay, so my question is during this session you talked about problem solving.
Yeah.
And I'd like to ask if you have a framework for problem solving. Like there is a problem, you're as confused as every other person, but you want to step up and take responsibility. How do you go about it?
Fantastic. In fact, I've always put myself in this situation that it has now become a burden to me because it demands a lot of time. People naturally shy away from solving problems because we all love to be in our comfort zone. All right. Any little stir of the teacup, any sight of that, they take a hike. What you need to do is, for you to resolve any problem, you must be in an atmosphere of calm. That's the first thing. You must be in an atmosphere of what? Of calm. Because if you're not in an atmosphere of calm, you won't be able to even conceptualize the problem, number one. Because in between, in that problem is a solution. A solution is actually hidden inside that problem. but you will not be able to see it unless you are in what? In a calm situation. They'll tell you that opportunities are hidden in crisis. People are complaining today that there's hardship in the country and all of that. Do you know that some people are still making tons of money? Tons of money. In fact, the best place, Nigeria has so much opportunities that forget it. We are only poor of ideas. We're not poor of resources. We're not poor of opportunities, but we're poor of ideas and implementation of ideas. I was saying to someone that ideas is not business, but business is an idea. Ideas are not business. An idea is not a business, but a business is an idea. What do I mean? If ideas are businesses, then a beggar who has an idea would have been a business owner, right? Do you understand that everybody has an idea? Everybody. If you ask anyone, a madman too will tell you that he has an idea. But does that make it a business? No. You need to make sure that that idea turns into a business. When you now have a business, that business emanated from what? An idea. That's why a business is an idea. So to your question, calmness, then go deep into how to resolve it. You need to break it down into, there's something they called, I'm trying to remember what Elon Musk calls it. They calls it forced learning. So what Elon Musk was trying to say is that, in fact, it actually started out by saying that when he went to Russia to buy a rocket, he didn't know anything about it. He started reading about rocket. So he broke it down to all the body parts, broke it down to the smallest physics in the component of, and they started building it back up again. So the same thing too with a problem. Get down. And you can only do that when you are calm. Some of us, we don't have private quiet time. Do we have private quiet time? I do. Private quiet time. Not your phone, nothing. In fact, before my private quiet time, I watch a movie. When I watch a movie, I am calm. I'm not thinking of anything. Then I move into private quiet time. During that period, you can actually think about the problems. In between the problems, you will see solutions. That's another level. But it doesn't stop there. One thing, you can identify the solution, profile the solution, but can you carry it out? That is where the biggest problem is. When you're about to execute the solution, people that are joy killers will come and tell you it's not possible. You must be convinced inside of yourself that yes, this thing is possible because you are a risk taker. The reason why people do not want to do it in the first place is because they are averse to risk. So you must be determined to drive everybody to execute that solution. So you see all the practical areas and stages I've told you now. One, you have to be calm. Two, you must have a very quiet time, okay, and think through the idea, break it down. First principle, that's a principle. First principle, that's it. Learn about first principle. First principle means that you break it down to the nitty-gritty, then start researching into the problem. When you have the solution, don't stop there. Start thinking of how to execute the solution and the people you surround yourself with. The team that will help you execute it. Because if you don't surround yourself with the team that will help you execute it, they will bring down your spirit. They are joy killers. Before you know it, they will take you back to the problem. So when you have these practical steps, you should be able to solve at least most problems, everything. God has deposited in us the ability to solve problems, but we don't think deeply. We are scared of the problem itself, whereas the problem was there for us to be solved. I should take a picture with them now. Come and see with me. Yeah. So where do you school? Are you kidding me?